It's your girl, Jamie Ray, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about faith, mental health, identity development, and kingdom lifestyle. So I have a question for you. What are you waiting on, and who are you waiting for permission from? So, some of us have so many beautiful ideas that have been stirring up within our spirit, but we are waiting for the right circumstances, the right promotion, the right finances, the right timing, the right connections, the right level of influence for us to step out and to do the things that have been placed within our heart. I want to tell you something. I want to pop your bubble a little bit and just let you know there will never be a perfect time. There will never be a right circumstance. There will always be a justifiable reason, an excuse for us to not do the things that God has put in our heart to do. But then you may be sitting in a situation or a season where you're wondering why you are discontent. You're wondering why you don't have the peace and the joy and the happiness that you have. You may be having, financially, God is supplying all of your needs, but you know that there is a deeper desire and calling that's within your heart. And you know for a fact that you are living below the means and the desires that God has for you. And I'm not saying this from a place of greed. I'm not saying this from a place of trying to prove something to somebody or for the place of a status thing. I'm speaking more so from a place of, that there's more for you to do. And you know that God is calling you forward, however, you haven't stepped forward and done it yet. And so some of us may feel that in order for us to do those things, we have to have everything perfect. We have to have all the ducks in a row. We have to have the right credentials. We need to have the right degrees. We need to have the right things, as if those things that we think that we have are the things that will validate our reason for doing it. Like as if I'm not good enough, or the things that God put inside of me are not good enough with me to just move as is now. And that's not the case. Because if God has called you to do it, and if He's leading you forward in it, He has already given you everything that you need to take the step forward that you need to take today. Now, does that mean that the version of you that steps forward today is going to be not making any mistakes, or that version of you is not going to have any evolution that's going to take place? No. But how will you get to the point of making the steps and having the evolution if you never take the step forward? If you never do the things that you need to do in order to make it happen? And again, going back with that thought of sometimes we think that we have to have these different titles or things in order to justify our ability to move forward, when in fact that is not the case. Or us having that thought process and mindset is actually trying to do things in our own strength. That is us with a faulty understanding that it takes my ability, my knowledge, my name, my letters behind my name in order to justify me doing the things that God has called for me to do, when God didn't call for us to do those things in our strength. He's requiring us to lean on Him and on His strength. An example of this that I think about is in Judges chapter 7. For some reason, Gideon and Moses are the people that I've been rocking with, man. And I think even getting to the place of where I am today, of moving forward with this YouTube channel, as well as different other things that the Lord has been putting in my heart to do for years at this point, honestly. The story of Gideon and Moses and different other people in the Bible have been some of the main ones that have been speaking to my heart and to my life, that has encouraged me to step forward. And so I encourage you to go read in Judges chapter 6. I encourage you to go read in Exodus chapter 4. And I'm going to continue to reinforce these stories in the Bible, because it is living proof that we are not the originators of the problems that we believe that we have. Some of these different struggles and things that exist have been existing long before we even got to the point of struggling with it. And God has already shown the pieces to the equation that need to be added in order for these things to come to pass. And the piece to the equation is Him. He's already shown what it means when we trust in Him, when we lean on Him. But getting back to Judges chapter 7. So in Judges chapter 7, verse 2, there's a part that says that the Lord said to Gideon, "You have too many men. I cannot deliver Midian into their hands, or Israel will boast against me. and say, my own strength has saved me. So, of course, if they're going to battle and if they can say, I got me and all my people with me, it's 32,000 of us and we're going in here, of course, we going to win. You want to know why? Because it was so many of us, because we were so strong. We had everything that we felt and deemed necessary as the things that we needed. When in reality, God dwindled that 32,000 all the way down to 300. And they were able to get the victory with the 300. And God positioned it that way and set it up that way so that they would not in any way be able to say that they did it because of their own strength, because of their own numbers, because of their own manpower and abilities. But they were only able to do it because of God working through them and God with them. God is the one who has delivered them into our hands. And so for us, I think about that desire of wanting to have credentials, that desire of wanting to be able to, and yes, study to show yourself approved. That is very important. But a lot of times that desire that we have is from us wanting to be able to justify ourselves and have our own strength when that's not what God is requiring of us. He's requiring us to have faith, and he's requiring us to step forward and to do the things that are pleasing to him. God has whatever it is that you need in order for you to be successful in the thing that he is calling you to do. What's most important is just for you to make sure that you are doing actually what he is calling for you to do. And if you know that you're doing that, my question to you again is, what are you waiting on? What is standing in your way? And can I encourage you to take some time to sit, to journal, to think about it, to pray about it, to ask God, and not just to ask God to show you, but to take some time to take some accountability and revelation for yourself, to ask yourself, what am I really waiting on? If I already have the yes, then why am I the one saying no to myself and saying no to God? I can't be mad that I'm discontent and I'm frustrated with life right now when I'm the one that's out of position. And I'm not telling y'all this from a place of perfection. I'm telling you this because this is where I have lived for many years. Personal struggle of mine as well. The thought of, I want to do it, I know what I need to do, I'm going to do it, but not ever actually stepping out. So you got to do it. You got to do that thing and know that God is with you. Okay? So I hope that you like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye.